Say thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Lord Jesus.
Lord Jesus.
Open up my heart.
Open up my heart
to your will.
to your will.
Open up my heart.
Open up my heart
to your word.
to your word.
Open up my heart.
Open up my heart
to your belief.
to your belief.
Open up my heart.
Open up my heart
to your understanding.
to understanding.
Open up my heart.
Open up my heart
to your will.
to your will.
Open up my heart.
Open up my heart
to your faith.
to your faith.
Open up my heart.
Open up my heart
to your protection.
to your protection.
Open up my heart.
Open up my heart
to your authority.
to your authority.
Open up my heart.
Open up my heart
to your wisdom.
to your wisdom.
Enter my soul.
Enter my soul.
Enter my soul.
Enter my soul.
Deliver me, Lord.
Deliver me, Lord.
Heal me, Lord.
Heal me, Lord.
Save me, Lord.
Save me, Lord.
Bless me, Lord.
Bless me, Lord.
In Jesus' name.
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 Amen.
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 Amen. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. We are so grateful to see you again and meet in a gathering of the saints. The gathering of the saints. Gathering of the saints. Where people meet to discuss about God. To discuss about God. Most of the time, the gathering will be a family gathering, a business gathering, a church gathering. It doesn't mean when people gather in the church that they're talking about God. Especially pastors, they talk about prosperity. You want to put one, you get two. It's no longer a gathering of the saints. A gathering of the saints is a gathering that help you to grow spiritually. That draw you nearer. Draw you nearer. To make you to be closer and closer and closer to God.
Amen.
As we begin to discover the secret of the world, you see, there are people, visitors from England and other people come all over the world. They are always telling me they're inspired of my teachings. But they don't know me, I never go to school to study this. In the same way Jesus never go to school, but when he could explain wonders. It's not about education, it's about who sent you. Because when you see a spokesman of the government, you see when he speak with boldness. In the same way, if I take my girl here to give him the uniform, especially traffic, cops uniform, even this time when she go out there in the road and stand in the middle of the road and raise up his hand, all cars are going to stop. Even the ministers are going to stop. Do you know why? The whole government is behind him. So even us, if we really will speak on behalf of the one who sent us, like what Jesus said, it's not me, it's the one who sent me. Then that shows you become a spokesman. Now when you become a spokesman, the mouth is yours, but the word is not yours. I get it there? You become only a vessel. That shows you cannot take glory. Oh, no one can stone you on what you say. It is because what you are saying, it does not come from you. Whatever you say comes from the one who sent you. That you see, when you begin to speak like this, many people, when they come to church, even many people run away from the church like this because they begin to think that you are talking about them. Maybe somebody can and tell you their story, and you begin to preach about them. Do you understand? But they not know, God knows that you are going to come here, and you must bring the word that suits you. If the word does not pain you, it does not suit you. Hello? Amen. If the word that are preaching make you to be excited is not your word. The word that must be preached, it must challenge you. Hello? Amen. The word must challenge you. The word even go back to obey it. You begin to think it over and over and over again. That the word can make you to grow. Hello? Amen. That word can make you to grow. If you want to grow, you need to hear some challenging word that challenge your faith. The England people and all other people all over the world, it's not me teach. I'm only a spokesman. That you see, I don't prepare. I don't write down what I'm telling you. And I will never come out of the subject. Even until I get the example, then there, I'll remain in the subject. Because somebody has put the word in my mouth. Though if you stone me or you hate me, that you're stoning a wrong person. I'm only a spokesman. The word of God must challenge you. The word of God must push you in tight corner. I heard my pastor say, oh, Jesus is coming. I asked her, your grandmother is dead there. Though your grandmother did not wait for Jesus to come. Is it? Everyone knows Jesus is coming, is it? Yes. When is it going to come? Though your grandmother did not see that Jesus is coming. Is it? Who knows Jesus is coming? Preacher, you know Jesus is coming? Huh? Because Zimbabwe like raising the matter. Many people has been in trouble. They say Jesus is coming in 2000. Everybody sold everything. Hallelujah. Amen. Jesus will never come again. Jesus is here already. Amen. Are you getting there? And when you die, that's the end of the world to you. When the day you die, that shows it's the end of the world. How I know? Because I died before. I saw it. When you die, in fact, like men are selfish. Oh, I come back for my wife. Hey, I died. I don't remember when I was having a wife. When I went in the future, when I went forever. I only come back like it was a dream. Only the people told me, I know I've gone. You have gone completely. The doctor discussing to know what disease that killed you. They wanted to certify. Thank God they would not certify before I come back. They could certify me already and take me to the mortuary. Hallelujah. Amen. Then you see, the teachings now begin to confuse people. But I just want to tell you today, what we preach here is present tense. Even when we pick the Old Testament and begin to talk about to you, though that Old Testament is in line with your life today. Can you hear me? Is in line with your life today. The Bible never be past, never be future. The Bible always be present. Are you together? The Bible never be past tense, never be future, never be. The Bible is be present. So the word that I'm talking to you can be taken the Old Testament or the New Testament is your reality. I don't know how to explain, but for me, I'm understanding that the Bible, if any word that comes in, is for you in that particular period. That you see us always have a period, it is something that will continue. Right now, we're talking about sanctify yourself. The Lord will do wonders. Sanctify yourself is so confusing with the church today. Very confusing. Sanctification is the same way when you hear the story of Moses. I was not there. When Moses went to the mountain, he spent 40 days. You see Moses just coming from the mountain, he did not reach the people, but you can see the scene was thinking already. I remember my young son, 4 years, told me, Daddy, I saw Moses. He broke the stone, he was very angry. People talk about Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, today, what I want to talk about? Is it Noah? I had a call yesterday for one of our sisters, which come from Jamaica. She said to me, Prophet, I don't know what I want to do. I said, why? What I'm seeing here is worse. As Christians, we are not able to go to work because what I'm seeing is unbearable about new marriages. I think people understand when I talk about new marriages. If you don't understand your own problem. He told me, he's so confused. I said to her, did the time you are going to see who's a Christian, who's not? He said to me, hey, I think I must leave this place before God destroys this place. I said, yes. What happened in the time of Sodom and Gomorrah? Lot was living in Sodom and Gomorrah. But Lot did not die. But surprisingly, the wife of Lot died. Why? The daughter of Lot could not die. The same lady asked me a question when I explained to him, because me always explain with the Bible. He said, why? I said, yes. The wife of Lot was contaminated. What was happening in Sodom and Gomorrah. But as Lot lived himself a sanctification life, a holy life, including the daughters, they could not be contaminated and was saved out of Sodom and Gomorrah. What I mean, we cannot run away from this earth. We cannot run away from the environment. But as the middle of that environment, if you are sanctified, when God is going to punish all those around you, you will never be punished. You will be saved. Hello? Are you together?
Yes.
Can you hear the title's plan?
Yes.
Though there's no way you can run away. There's no way you can run off from your family. There's no way you can run off from work. You need to work and get money. There's no way you can run off from your community. You cannot take your house and stay in Massimo alone in the farm. You need to stay with people. Are you getting there? Some of us, we're inside the church. We have everybody. But you see, if you see ushers, choirs, reporters who are working closer with the prophet, be demolished. In the same way like the wife of Lot. Is it? Is you yourself, as you are sitting here and those are hearing us, you have a role to play. Sanctification is not by coming and sleeping in the red carpet. Like some of you like impression people, hypocrite. Every day you leave your house, you not even clean your house, you come and clean this house. The sister is always in the church every day, cleaning the house, following the house. The house is very dirty. The wife, the husband is complaining the plate of 1 week, they never get clean. But I'm going to clean the church. What is this? Our cleanliness must start from the inside. Hello?
Amen.
Must start from the
Inside.
only within you. Is that not with me? In you, before you begin to judge people, yourself, start from yourself. As long as yourself, you cannot make it, you cannot tell other people to make it. Hello? Are you together? If you cannot make it, there's no way you can tell people to make it. Joshua said to the people, sanctify yourself. When you look at Joshua, his tragedy, you will see, as a young boy, was adhered to Moses, very loyalty for 40 years. But some of you, Peter, when you just come here, you begin to know how to speak in tongues. Tomorrow you start the church. That will say the church has multiplied every corner now. There's some people as made to start. There's some people as made to work under. When you look at Elisha, he worked for so many years with Elijah, but many people were laughing at him. Many people mocked at him. But what happened in the last minute when Elijah went up heaven was surprising. He only collected a mantle, a jacket of his father Elijah. Things begin from there. Now, when you look at even the story of people of Israel, Joshua, he worked under Moses. But surprisingly, even when Moses died, Joshua did not rise up alone. He said, from today I'm taking over. He waited upon God, and God told him, from today my servant is dead. You take over. I think this is the Swiftie that do not understand how it operates. It's not to don't tell people called by God, but the mix-up is too much. You can't understand where they are, because they'll be covered. You cannot be seen. What is very important to us, not about the church. In fact, when I changed the church name, it's because every Sunday now I've seen that you only come here and fix problems. You can see yourself that we only have few hours we dance, less than 1 hour preach, offering it take even 1 second because people doesn't want to give. But when we begin to enter into problems, you can see yourself that is no longer. I mean, I ask you, go and eat. I see people doesn't want to stand from the chair to eat because they've seen, hey, I think I'm the next one. Hallelujah. Amen. You've noticed that? There's no one that want to go to eat. I said, go and eat. You see people are struggling to go and eat because they've seen, hey, maybe the next problem is mine. This is the way the gospel was being called for. A church must become a solution to mankind. Hello? A church must become a solution to man. But you see, the solution that comes from the church is very challenging. The solution that comes from the church does not need a lawyer. They need yourself personally. You need yourself to go there and defend yourself. You don't need to send anybody to go and talk on behalf. You know, in the world, when you have money, you can employ a lawyer in your situation. But in this kind of situation, you don't need anybody. God wants you yourself. How He wants you? He wants to bring the heart that I've given Him. And that the challenge starts from there. Women are easy to give their heart to their husband. Even you see husband, even really they can kill if somebody touch their wife. But now to take that same heart and give it to God, challenge. We become like people of Israel. The time of Moses went for 40 days in the mountain to receive the commandment. As we could not see Moses in that particular period, people began to create their own God because people of Israel were taking Moses as their God. As now we have many gods. Your clothes can be your God, your shoes can be your God, your car can be your God, your house can be your God, your husband can be your God, your wife can be your God. Anything that you love more than one being, it becomes God. By the small G-O-T. It becomes so challenging. Joshua confronted the people of Israel. He said to them, I know you will not want to serve God. I said, I will serve God. But it's true, Joshua was saying, because he knew the heart of his friends. People only go to church when they're desperate. Situation becomes difficult, unbearable. Everything is finished. That's only the time you will see people that are going to go to church. And when they go to church, they just want to see one-on-one. Thank God for the person who started the one-on-one. We thank God for their life, one-on-one. Hallelujah. You can understand that we take the word and twist it and make it sound word for people to be accommodated. But you see, if all of us, we get able to open up our heart and stick to God, believe me, you don't need a pastor. You don't need any one-on-one. You don't need anybody to lay hand on you. Because many of us here will be delivered already, but you're still going to other people to touch you. But you don't know that other people takes from you and other people gives? How you know that this one is taking or this one is giving? Desperation of a situation is very wrong, but desperation for God is very good. Hello? Those are writing, they must take it very well. Desperation for your own situation is very wrong, but desperation unto God is very right. You need to be desperate for God in your life. It's not because, like right now, what is giving us problem, everybody will ask, in the church you go, there's any miracles? That will become a preaching of yesterday, a preaching of miracles. What is miracle? For my understanding, a miracle is only an outcome of those who follow God's principles. When you begin to follow God's principles, God will begin to do wonders in your life. Money cannot solve our problem, but God can bring solution to us. You see, when we cannot able to give ourselves fully to God, the devil will get advantage. And the devil use anybody else that can able to snatch your blessings. Desperation for God, that God is yearning for day after day. He wants that all of us, we must be desperate for Him. Like the women of yesterday, they was spending 100% on their husband. But today, women are changed. They want us to depend on them. In the same way, that we be desperate to depend on God, we want to help God. We want to help God. That you see, many of us, we have taken God's place. I will do it for you. I will deliver you. I will heal you. I will save you. But when you give me something in exchange. The word of God is free. Hello? Amen. The word of God is free of charge. I told you, if today when we hear Prophet Justin begin to claim that he's the one who's performing miracle, please don't come near me. Run out from me. Can you hear me? When you see, I begin to claim to say, I can heal you, I can deliver you, I can bless you, I can change your situation. When you hear I begin to teach like that, please don't come here again. Because I'm taking you somewhere else, not to God. A true servant of God is not God, is only a spokesman of God. Is only representing God. He has no power to change your situation. He has no power to add or to remove. He only come and tell you exactly what it is. You know, when you learn the true prophet of God, remember Prophet Isaiah, when he went to King Hezekiah, when King Hezekiah was very sick. And King Hezekiah was trusting so much Prophet Isaiah, because his Prophet Isaiah is the one who's leading the kingdom. That you see, Hezekiah was reverenced so much the prophet. But that particular day, when Hezekiah was sick, the prophet Isaiah came. He said to him, set your house in order and you shall die. You are not going to live. That says the Lord. When I look at that kind of scenario, I come to understand that King Hezekiah knew what relationship he had with God. If it could be you, I come to you, I prophesy to you, set your house in order, you shall die. Do you know what I want to do to me? Please, I'm going to bring him in all the cars, when other people's cars, I'm going to bring them to me. Please, pray for me. Please, please. I don't want to die. Pray for me. That I'm doing to you. You're going to borrow money and give. Somebody cannot give a solution to you. Distraction. Prophet Hezekiah, no, King Hezekiah knew that Prophet Isaiah is only a messenger. When he heard the message, he did not hold the prophet to say, please pray for me. After hearing the message, he left the prophet to go. When we read the story in 1 Kings chapter 20, you are going to hear, you are going to understand that Hezekiah himself on his own, he turned on the wall. What is the wall? He faced God one-on-one. Hello? He faced God there? One-on-one. That was one-on-one. He said, remember me, Lord. He said what there? Remember me, Lord. How I walk before you with a white heart, a heart of full devotion. I close my eyes. My Nigerian brother, preacher, and all other people from England, pastors, can you say to God to remember you? Can you meet God one-on-one? Hello? Can you meet God one-on-one? Because this is the understanding of my one-on-one. Is you must meet the one who's going to sign, the one who's going to give the answer, not the intermediator, not the bridge. Hezekiah was very smart. When the trouble came to him, he only was waiting on to hear what was his problem. The messenger came, the prophet. A prophet of God is a messenger. He delivered the message. After delivered, that was not the first message. He was delivering many messages to him as a king. But that one particular message said, set your house in order, you shall die. You are not going to live. You can understand that if it could be you, there are only two of you and the prophet. What are you going to do? Hello? What are you going to do? This kind of message, there are only two of you. And you have money, you have everything. Do you know in that kind of case, Hezekiah, if you could not have the revelation, you could cut half of his kingdom and give to the prophet. But remember the same scenario. One Naaman wanted to give to pay for the healing he received from Prophet Elijah. Remember, the prophet said, go and give to the poor. You could not receive anything from him. Remember the servant Gehazi who went behind and received. What happened to him? This is the problem who's going to have us who are receiving money one-on-one. We're going to be like Gehazi. God will touch people themselves and come and give. Hello? Yes, my pastor. When you are sending me your tithe, did you see me before?
No, sir.
Who told you to send your tithe here?
I believe it was God.
Huh?
I believe you are the Spirit of God.
You believe in the Spirit of God. You'll be convinced to send tithe to someone you don't know? Huh? You believe to send tithe to someone that you never know, never see. You never meet him.
I was sending it to God.
That I'm asking. What convinced you to pay your tithe here?
It's the Spirit of God by listening to the messages.
Are you sure where you are giving your tithe is a holy place?
Yes.
Are you convinced?
Yes.
If you're convinced, that shows that tithe must work for you. Because you're not giving to me, you are giving the one who convinced you that may give.
Amen.
Thank you. Do you understand what it is? She's in England. I don't know her face, I don't know her. She will say, I will receive, I'll pray. I told you that if the work of God must move, God can send donkeys to come and provide for his work to move. Can you hear me? What is very important to you and I, the understanding of the word of God is not there. That the Bible says, my people perish lack of knowledge. I remember one day my brother asked me questions too. He said, a thief bring the money here. A prostitute bring the money. That's only examples. The letter says shortcut money in general. Is it? Can that shortcut money can be taken to church? I don't know if you get the money from shortcut or which way you get it. But that money is not be recognized by God. People, their hand must be clean. When they pray, even when they're giving. Hello? I mean, you know yourself, if a mother, a true mother, not this plastic mother of today, who does not wash her hand when they're cooking. You know, I will observe a lot. My mother, you have to go to fetch water very long distance. In the head. You go there and bath and carry the water and clean the place. And after that, begin to cook. Right now, women, I see snoring. Even 12 noon. Their husband just, because they're under protection. You go yourself, make your tea. He doesn't even see what time you have gone to work. He only come closer to you when it's mountain, because the salary is coming in. That he can collect his share. As long as our hands are not clean, We must stop going and make funny in the house of the Lord. First of all, you must be clean before you take what belongs to you and begin to give. It's only that way God can recognize the work of your hand. In July 2015, when I told the people on television that the small door is closed and God has opened a big door, I believe it don't make sense to people when they saw the situation we were in that particular period. But as time goes on, people will understand that the Lord, whatever He promised, always come to pass. Can you hear me? Whatever He promised always come to pass. Always come to pass. So this is the way we need to prepare ourselves to live a holy life, a life that pleases God, a life that's sanctification. That kind of life can make to sustain your deliverance, to sustain your miracle, to sustain your breakthrough, to sustain your prayer life. I told you that if you don't face any challenge in your Christian life, you must know very well that you are not a Christian. Hello? Hello? If you don't face any challenge in your Christian life, you must make sure to say to yourself that I'm not part of Christianity. I'm a chancer. But more you grow, more you see resistance, you must understand very well that really you are getting there. But if you cannot able to face the resistance, believe me, that's yours, you are not there. Like women, my husband always open door for me, we never quarrel. Hey, I said, this is not a marriage. A true marriage must kick each other. Today the woman has beaten the man, tomorrow the man has beaten the woman. Yes, this is the way, that is a good marriage. More they beat each other, more they begin to know each other. Believe me, if they never beat each other, they don't beat each other, that's over. Over is no longer marriage. Marriage is gone forever because everybody was hypocrite. Are you getting there? Everyone was a hypocrite. Though you see, this journey of life, the same challenge you face in this natural, is the same challenge we are facing in the spiritual. You need to grow, but many of us were afraid to face challenge. We are really afraid. We are really afraid. I remember one lady, she came and told me, he said to me, Prophet, I envy what you do. But hey, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I'm not yet ready to be a Christian. I salute that lady. I said, you are really, you are more than those who go to church. Because most of us go to church. Who paint like women, even when they have trouble, they paint red, green, whatever, yellow on their mouth. How are you? I'm fine. Hey, open the heart. They're dying. We must stop painting like this in our Christian life. We must face reality. Hello? You must remember one day, the manifestation said, they say you must be real. What is real? You must make yourself to see, hey, me, I will not yet understand. Please, I want help from here. But most of the people, when they carry the Bible, they become like saints. Follow them. I love the church that was. After the church, the pastor and the member, they meet in a bar, they drink, they smoke. I mean, that is good. Because everybody knows that is a routine. But after a year, everybody is holy, 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 holy. Just let her come out the gate. Yes. Trouble. Trouble. I always tell you, even women, when the church right now, they say to them, let's go home, I'll fix you up. But they come from church. Hello? It's happening. Canada work I do is not something that can hide. You are just here in the church, just here. But just in the car, trouble start already. Though when they reach home, is more than a war. Hallelujah. Amen. We must fear God. Yes. Hello? Amen. We must fear God. We must fear God. But Christianity become a coverage, a blanket. Christianity become like a blanket, a coverage. We must really become real. I said to you, that lady what he told me, I was so happy. She was so clear, sincere. He said to me, I think I need more time before I decide to become a Christian. Do you know why? To become a Christian is the heart. Hello? Amen. To become a Christian is what is there? It's the heart that will decide. Do you know who marry? It's not the man who marry. It's the woman who marry. It's the woman who say, yes, even everyone asks, are you ready for this man? Yes, I want to marry this man. There is the heart. I've worked in prisons more than 8 years. I've met women at the gate of prison, beautiful one. I said, we'll ask them, how are you? They say, Asa, you're going inside there. Hey, I want to see Justin. Jesus Kiman. Oh, Ellen Justin. Oh, who are you to him? Oh, I'm his wife. Oh, I'm the wife to be. Oh, he's my boyfriend. But as I go in, I know with Justin what case entered inside. But you can see the lady with that confidence. Whatever name you call him, he doesn't care about it. But what you know, he is my man. Are you getting there? Now, what are you doing to God? Hello? What are you going to be risking for God? When are you going to be risking for God? When I want to say, really, whatever comes, I'll give my God. Our challenge is not God cannot change our life. In fact, I don't understand if we understand who is God in our life. Our God is our Father. He is the one who brought us here. Hello? Is the one brought, if you are here in this, if you are here sitting there, eating, drinking, is God who brought you here, no one else. What happened to your father and mother is only a scenario that you become. That is even why women claim that they are children. It's because only them knows who pregnant them. You can be sitting in one house, but you never know who's doing the work. Maybe your young brother is the one who's making everything to become real. Are you getting there? That is even when they want to leave, they say, I'm going my children. I'm going my... You say my children, in the back of his mind, you say, hey, somebody helped you. Useless man. Hallelujah. say that you can bring with your own face. They make sure that your face comes just in the face. But it's not the one who did the work. Hallelujah. Though you understand that we have a great role to play. If we want our life to change, is one word, is holiness. Hello? One word is holiness. If you can live a holy life, and I'm exercising, I'm telling the pastor here, so now you, especially if you are married a man and the wife, she's a pastor, hey, men are going to starve because they like fasting too much. Hello? Hey. If a man, your wife is a pastor, hey, every lizard you see on top of the roof, you begin to fast. Not like us who stay in the farm. How many lizard comes? The last shows 365 days. You go to fasting. Hallelujah. It's not easy. It's not easy. Our life of Christianity starts from us. I know it's not easy to become perfect. Alors, it's not easy to become but when we hear Paul what he say, I'm fighting for the perfection. The one meaning you are willing, you are that, in that your heart is yearning to become perfect, and God is able to join you in that work of perfection. Though you have a role to play, you put the first step and God will take from there. Though it's a decision to make. Hello? And one thing is very good. God knows our heart. He knows today, He knows tomorrow, He knows forever. That shows many people comes and begin to pretend. Can join the choir, can join the ushering, can join all other activities, but is in a mission, is trying to accomplish something. And God knows that you see the end of the day will always be exposed. If you want to go to God, go as you are and tell Him that you cannot make it on your own. You need Him. Hello? Now is your heart that you're going to see. If you are able to do it, if you are able to handle it, He will support you. But many of us were not yet ready to face this challenge. Remember, give a small example. Young women, when you are having 3-4 boyfriends, you see your life was very easy. Because that one will bring sugar, that one will bring gas, that one will have transport to take you to work. You think I know all those things because this is my work. By the time you say, okay, now I put my padlock, let me trust God. Hey, even 3 rand to take a taxi is no longer there. Hallelujah. You've seen? Yes. Nothing. That is a school of test. You must endure that period. Hello? You must endure that. Wait a minute. Everything that you build on your own, God will never join it because the foundation is weak. What He does, He demolish. And Himself begin to build. That takes time. Hello? Can you hear me? Yes. That takes time. That takes time. For me, the proposal I received from the demon, if I did not know where I'm going, or I know I'm going but it's taking time, I could take the offer. I could take the offer. But you see, even when I take the offer, regardless how much I accumulate, first of all, every food I eat, the bank is the toilet. Second, any money I accumulate, put in the bank or whatever, cars, houses, whatever, when I will die, they only measure 2 meters. You have noticed that? Yes. They only measure, if Fisher is there, maybe they can give me 2.5 meters. Because we advocate that this is my father, please put a small half there. Because if the prayer people say, a short man, please put 1 meter. Hallelujah. Amen. Because now people are fighting for the land. Don't you understand that this, whatever we're fighting for, is vanity. Alors, whatever vanity is vanity. You have a house, you die. You have a car, you die. You don't have a basket, you die. What are you fighting for? If it comes, thank God. If it does not come, leave it. Let the God will prevail in your life. Amen. Can you hear me? Amen. What is killing us is our wife. They like moving around, go to somebody's house, go to that side, go to the kitchen party, go to, housewarming party. They go everywhere learning. And when they come, whatever they get in as a picture, they come, they want to impose it here. Yes. I say, you see, I want this. You see, I don't like the chairs. I don't like the chairs. I don't like the chairs. When you hear like this, you come somewhere. You want to best here. Yes. Oh, competition. Hallelujah. Amen. Accept what you have. That's right. Can you hear me? Amen. Accept what you have. Accept what you have. In fact, you people, only because you are so selfish. I asked my nurse here, I asked him, when these children comes, are they coming with their own pampers in their hand that they start wearing that they cannot see that they are naked? Huh? When they come out the womb of the mother, they carry some pampers, or they come with a plastic. That after they went, they bath them and they use that pampers already. Hallelujah. Now, where do you get everything that you are dressing and all the food you are eating? Where do you get them? Huh? Did you bring them when you can? No. But where do you get them? What you are eating and what you are wearing? It's my car, it's my house. Where do you get them? You see, God is very smart. You can accumulate everything that you want, but when you are leaving, they must remain behind. At least myself, I'm making a plan. They must dig a very big hole. In fact, I must dig it earlier than before. People think I'm going to building. No, it's just my hole. When I die, they put everything that belongs to me inside and close. Especially my ATM card. Hello? All my ATM card, my wife cannot remain behind. Put it on behind mine before you close. That can be cashing where I'm going. Can I'm going for a change? I must have some cash where I'm going. Hallelujah. Amen. Though we must understand that everything that we have now, we find them here. And we are going to leave them here. Yes. Can you hear me? Yes. We find them here. Yes. And we want to leave them here. Yes. So that shows they are not yours. They are not yours. more you have eaten, Nando's, whatever food you have eaten, any restaurant you have eaten. Even we have eaten magunya, me and you are going to meet in the same toilet. If I cannot make it here because my toilet is dead, I go to a mall, a good mall. And when I enter that mall, you also are going to come to that mall. They will share the toilet with you. Hallelujah. Kind of mall is good. They don't say this toilet for rich people or this toilet for poor people. All of us enter the same toilet. You come in, you come out, and go in the same. Hallelujah. Though you understand that we are pressurizing ourselves for nothing. We put ourselves under pressure for nothing. Can you hear me? Put ourselves under pressure for nothing. For nothing. I only dress nicely when I come and preach the gospel. After that, when I go to town, when you meet me, I mean, you don't know me, you bypass me. It's not necessary. None of my business. Thank God for my wife, I understand. I say, you can dress where I can dress. Me, I dress in my jeans and my old shoes. I'll go to the mall. I'll go to the bank. I'll go anywhere. Because it's not about the clothes. It's about who I am inside. Hello? It's about who I am inside. Don't impress the outside. Because that has given pressure, like I told you, our women. Warming the house, going this, going that, that kitchen. That. I said, oh man. First for me and you don't have a kitchen. We're cooking outside with firewood. At least today you gave a small stove now. Why cannot I appreciate this small stove? Hello? Peter Malay. Do you see, we must understand, appreciate every level that you have reached today. Can you hear me? If God will take you higher, let Him do it. But don't force. That you see, do you know why the bank is happy? The bank is happy because you have put everybody under pressure. You know the first demon in our life is eyes. Your eyes is the first demon in your life. Because the eyes is the one who see. When he see, he perceive. And after that, he sent to the heart to make a decision. You get, today my husband, hey. When you see, begin to kick the pot in, what is this? This kitchen is very small. For me, I'll ask question. When you married me, did you have a kitchen like this? At least now, you can have work and wash hand. Thank God for that. Hallelujah. Amen. Though you see, we don't even remember where we're coming from. Like all of you sitting here, was not wearing, in fact, you were wearing pampers. Me, I was wearing, I don't know, the old clothes where my mother, the cut and begin to cover him. When I grew a little bit, when I became no shoes, they were taking me somewhere under the tree and do my things and Mama can cover. Today we are going to the flushing toilet. You say, this toilet, I don't like it. I say, hey, Mama, accept this. Hallelujah. Amen. We must appreciate everything that we have. Can you hear me? We must appreciate, because there's some people, they have nothing. Can you hear me? Some people, they have nothing. Even when they work hard, the devil does not give them chance to have it. It's not people want to remain poor. No. Even those who see street boy doing all these things, it's not them. It's the devil that wants their future. We must live a holy life. When you begin to live a holy life, it's not only for you. You affect your home, you affect your family, and you affect your environment. I'll give you an example. I knew, even when I started the church many years ago, And my wife is a witness. I said to him, my wife, I'm going to go all over the world. He said to me, are you sure? I said, yes. You are not going to die now. You are going to be a witness. That is many years. I told you even when I started doing deliverance, God told me to deliver, I was using a scoop, 5 liter, pour everything. When it's cold like this, I pour 5 liter on your body. When you live here, you are soaked. But you see, as time went on, me, I never copy. I want to wait for God. Now, I want to challenge today. How many churches will touch the umbilical all over the world? How many churches will call the home village all over the world? How many churches who's talking about the spiritual ring, holding the finger all over the world? I knew the level God has given us, but we're still waiting upon God. Hello? We're still waiting upon God. What is the meaning? I was telling my sister here, my pastor said to him, when we have a backup, you know the child, when you know the father is a strong man, Michael Tyson or Lewis, you can clap anybody in the street. You can clap him in this man, the tall man. Clap him. When this man clapped again, he said, I'm going to tell my father. Are you getting there? Because he knew that, hey, it's a war. He had that confidence that the father is very strong. Who is your father? Who's backing you up? That is when you sit your calabash under the tree. Is the one backing you up? What is backing you up? Because that is your trust. The Bible says, where your treasure is where your heart is. Can you hear me? Where is your heart? When you trust God in your life, you see everything is nothing. You cannot even compete with people. I love when rich people. Me, I don't have, but when I look at rich people, we go to laugh at them. Because I see them naked, they have nothing. The one they have is just toys. Because they don't know God. A poor man who knows God is more respectable than a rich man who does not know God.
Yes.
Because a poor man who knows God is a man of surprise. Tomorrow, God can do wonders in his life. But a rich man is like a balloon. When the wind comes too much, the wind can blow the balloon. And when there's no air, you finish. Turn with me to the book of Joshua, chapter 3. Joshua chapter 3. If you're there, say amen.
Amen.
I'll read verse 9. Joshua chapter 3, verse 9. I'll read. Joshua said to the Israelites, come here and listen to the word of the Lord your God. This is how you will know that the living God is among you. I must move past. This is how you will know that the living God is among us. That he will certainly drive out before me or before us the Canaanite, the Hittite, the Levite, the Perizite, the Gigasite, the Amorite, and the the Jebusite. See, the ark of the covenant of the Lord of all the earth will go unto the Jordan ahead of us. Now then, choose 12 men from the tribe of Israel, one from each tribe, and as soon as the priest who carry the ark of the Lord of all the earth, set foot in the Jordan, the river flow downstream will be cut off and stand in a heap. Alors, who remember this similar story? Who remember this similar story? Oh, Christian. This is a continuing message from Exodus. This is a story after when they crossed the Red Sea. Normally, after the Red Sea, they're supposed to take 11 days to go to the Promised Land by crossing the river Jordan. The river Jordan is not a small river like the stream that is behind our house. No. The river Jordan is a big river. If you put your stool there, you go. It's deep. But you see, like I told you, the same power that was in Moses to cut the Red Sea, the same power that came to Joshua to also open the river Jordan, that they must walk in a dry ground. Now, who was crossed another side? Who was able to cross river Jordan? Many of us who have crossed Red Sea, but we are not going to cross the river Jordan. The river Jordan, that the time Joshua said, sanctify yourself. Hello? Sanctify yourself. Be clean. Because you're not clean, you are not able to cross the river Jordan. You must be clean. You must be clean. You must be clean. Remember, when he commanded the ark, then that time Moses was using a stick, but he said the ark of God. Well, the ark of God is the word of God, the powerful word of God, went and settled in the river Jordan, and the Jordan departed. When we say the priest, the people are clean, people are sanctified, people are living a holy life. As long as they step on the river opened the way. When I'm going to have this kind of priest today, today's message, the wonders of God. Even you sitting here, even you watching me far, if you live a holy life, God can make a way where there's no way. Can open door where there's no door. Can even bring river to the desert where it's dry. That wonders. Because many people are struggling how they want to go to another side. Everyone, most of the people cross the Red Sea. They're not able to cross the river Jordan. Most of them, because of altitude, they died in the desert. Only the children that are born in the desert, because are not contaminated, are able to cross the river Jordan. So you and I, if you cannot live a holy life, God will never bring wonder in our life. It's you who will impress God that can be moved unto your life. Even people comes here, many people cannot get healed, many people cannot deliver. It's because it's me must work for them. No way. You must work for yourself. You have a role to play. If you come here holy and expecting from God, God, He always meet you. You have a role to play. 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 You have the role to play. He said the covenant of God, the ark of covenant, the covenant of the whole earth. Now people ask, what the covenant of the whole earth? Oh, student. What is the covenant of the whole earth? Anybody can tell me the covenant of the whole earth? Student. What is the covenant of the whole earth? Are the priests carrying the covenant of the whole earth? Now what is the covenant of the whole earth? This is the covenant of the whole earth. If you do according to how it is written, your life will ever never be the same. Thank you. In the same way, South Africa has a constitution. All countries have a constitution. But the constitution of God, this is the constitution of God. If you follow this constitution, how it's written, and practice in it, believe me, regardless how you're suffering, you'll be like a Lazarus who have a suffering life, but he have a peaceful. All of us were praying to become rich. Very few are willing to go to heaven. Hello? All of us are praying to become rich. Very few are hoping for heaven. But I explained to you, it's not wrong to become rich, but how long you are going to become rich? Because you can become rich all the rest of your life, but one day you're going to leave it behind. Now after when you die, where are you going? Do you know where I'm going after death? I said to you that when I died, I saw people that I know alive, died in hell. I know them. I didn't want to tell my wife and anybody, maybe somebody will whisper that I've seen Peter. Hallelujah. I know them. Until now they're still alive. But they're there. Regardless how long you live, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, it will come. Your journey, the end of the journey will come. Where are you going? Where is your destiny? Where is your destination? That's the first thing you must think. Because we are fighting on money. All the women is mine. All the men are mine. All the money are mine. all the cars are mine, all the land are mine. It's true, get them. Where is your grandfather who left that land? Are you living the holy life? Or you are willing to live a holy life? Because that's the challenge you are facing. Or you are willing to live a holy life? Because your willingness is the one moves God. Allah, your willingness one moves is the one who moves God, is the one who makes God as like what God did to John, was showing off. God was showing off for John. He asked the Lucifer, did you see my servant John? Is God can boast for you? Hello? Is God can boast for you? Huh? Oh, I told you, I asked this the second question. Can you say to God to remember you? Huh? Can you say to God to remember you? Hey, student, no one is talking now. Oh, can you say to God to remember you? Can you say to God to remember you? Hey, are you not created by God? Are you sure? God is your father.
Yes.
But why cannot tell him to remember you? Why? Why cannot tell him to remember you? Hey. Come on, son. Why cannot tell him to remember you? Ezekiel told God, remember me, Lord. And he said, he remembered. After he said, remember me. And he reminded God, he said, you know how I've worked before you with a loyalty heart. I mean, he knew, he had that confidence. I said, remember me, Lord, I still have an assignment to accomplish. So far, from day one until today, I've done this, and you know it. Now I want to reach here. What I've done so far, that can tell God, please remember me. Like some of you, yeah, I want to break through. I want money. I want money. I said, the money God has given you before, how did you use it? Hello? How did you use the money that you got before? Do you never get anything before? Huh? How did you go to the saloon women if you never get the money before? Hello? You can tell God to remember you for what you have entitled done yesterday. God has seen that your record. Allah, God has seen your record. And you are able to tell him that, yes, you have given me this task, but I've so far done this. Please, let me do it. Don't you see, the same day, God can answer you there and there. You know that?
Yes.
Huh? You believe God can answer you there and there? God answered Ezekiel there and there. Before the prophet finished coming out of the middle court, that is a palace of where King Ezekiel was. Before he reached the gate, God sent back the prophet, tell him, I've heard him. In the 10th day, you must go to the temple. Do you see? What in the temple here? God won't tell you to come here. That shows already have a solution for you. Are you getting there? No, he went there. And even Ezekiel asked the prophet, how will know, what sign I will know that God is going to heal me? God answered there, and he said, he's going to add you 15. 15 years to God is more than 150 years. It's a lot. That was just a number. But he lived more than all years. All those years he wanted from God. We want to pray. We want to pray. I don't know where you're stuck. I don't know what challenge you there. I don't know what is your problem. Everything will be taken out from you. Are you stuck? Some of us, why are you able to preach this? Because we are giving testimony. We have seen it all. But because of endurance, to don't give up, to stand firm, trouble, difficult, challenging, rejection, disappointment, will stand. These are the people God is looking for. Thank God of all our members who accepted this period of dry. Rise up from your feet. Talk to God. 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 Talk to Him. 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 Yes. 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 Where are you stuck? Where are you stuck? Where are you stuck? What is your trouble? What is your challenge? What is your difficulty? What do you need from Him? What do you need? 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 Yes. Sanctify yourself. 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 Speak. Yes. Yes, Lord. 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 Yes. 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 Yes.
Oh my God, your grace, oh God, your grace, oh God.
Yes. 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 Yes.
The grace of God. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Sanctify yourself. Sanctify your fire. Sanctify yourself. Sanctify yourself. Sanctify yourself. Sanctify yourself. Sanctify yourself. Sanctify yourself. Sanctify Talk to him. Talk to him. The Lord of wonders. 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 Yes. Let the light of Christ begin to shine. 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 Let the light of Christ begin to shine upon your life, upon your family, upon your situation, upon your business, upon your ministry, upon your job, upon your career. Shine! Yes. Yes, Lord. 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 From the north, from the south, from the east, from the west, release. The light of Christ. 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 Shine! Yes. Yes, Lord. 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 Let the lamp of Christ shine upon your heart. The lamp of Christ shine upon your heart. The light of Christ shine upon your heart. The lamp of Christ shine upon your heart. The lamp of Christ shine upon your heart. The lamp of Christ shine upon your heart. Yes, Lord. Let's. Anything that not manifesting called presence. Anything not manifesting called presence. In your body, in your soul, in your blood, in your system. I command by the power of Holy Ghost, come out. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I command every spirit of the husband, 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 every spirit of the wife, every spirit of the wife, ancestor spirit, demonic power, confusion, setback, come out! Those are sick, as you are feeling pain. Those are sick, as you are feeling pain. I'm in the altar of God, where everything comes up. Is that anybody there? Is that anybody there? The light of Christ is shining. The light of Christ is shining. Amen. Remove that, you can see the face. The light of Christ is shining. Amen. Yes. Yes. Just leave it. The light is shining as in a red carpet. Begin to shine. I say all those are feeling pain. 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 Touch, you are feeling pain. Distance, not a barrier. Can be in Bahamas, can be in Jamaica, can be in America, can be in Asia, can be in Europe, can be in Africa. Whatever you are following us in this time, the hand of God is not too short. Distance, not a barrier. Just be in accord with us, in agreement with us. Your sickness must go. If you are depressed, touch your heart. If you are sick, touch, you are feeling pain. If a family members that is not well, touch the screen and mention his name. Whatever it is, the Lamb of God Christ is going to follow him there. Whatever it is, the Lamb of Christ is going to follow him there. I command in the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I command you out, out, sickness out, sickness out, demon out, demon out, depression, suppression, coming out, I command out, 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 out. Yes, the light of Christ is shining upon you now. Healing is taking place now. Depression is taken away. Healing is taking place. Depression is taken away. Healing is taking place. Depression is taken away. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. The protection of the Most High God will fall upon you now. The protection of Most High God will fall upon you now. The protection of Most High God will fall upon you now. Fall upon you. 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 Yes. Is he reaching you now? 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 Touch. It is yours. Healing is taking place now. Deliverance is taking place. Salvation is taking place. Breakthrough is taking place. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Receive. 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 Receive open door. 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 Every door is open now. No one can shut it. Every door is open now. No one can shut it. Every door is open now. No one can shut it. Every door is open now. No one can shut it. Every door is open now. No one can shut it. In the mighty name of Jesus. Shout, it is well.
It is well.
Shout, it is well.
It is well.
Shout, it is well.
It is well.
The angel of heaven touching you now. Is opening every door that is closed. And is closing every door that is open. Touch, it is yours. Yes, Lord. The Lord Jesus.
Lord Jesus,
I thank you
I thank you
for the word
for the word
that I must live
that I must live
the holy life,
the holy life,
that I am able to chip in
that you can be able to chip in
my situation.
my situation.
And I believe and I trust.
And I believe and I trust
If I honor you
if I honor you
and do what
and do what
is your will,
is your will,
my life, it will ever, never be the same.
be the same.
In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name,
Forgive all my sins.
forgive all my sins.
Wash me by your precious blood.
Wash me by your precious blood.
Save my soul today.
Save my soul today.
Be my Redeemer.
Be my
Be
Redeemer.
my Savior.
Be my
Be
Savior.
my Deliverer.
Be my Deliverer.
Be my Lord.
Be my Lord.
By your blood,
By your blood,
I'm saved.
I'm saved.
By your blood,
By your blood,
I'm delivered.
I'm delivered.
By your blood,
By your blood,
I'm overcomer
I'm overcomer
of this world.
of this world.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
For saving my soul.
For saving my soul.
In Jesus' name.
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 Amen.
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 Amen. if you believe the Lord is going to do wonders in your life.
Amen.
Remain in place.